Alrighty, in this lesson, we're going to learn a little bit about fabric manipulation. We're going to explore different techniques as far as like methods as pleating and shirring and quilting. And then you're going to create unique patterns on your sample piece. And then you can actually, we're going to just practice gathering and the layering fabrics. We're not going to do the actual step-by-step. We're going to get into that. Right now, it's just a feel of just getting a couple of things like your seam ripper. And you're going to cut off just a little piece, like a little piece of your, probably like a 2x2 piece of your foam. Okay. And we're not going to be using this adhesive for this example. Remember, I like to practice and test before I start to create my masterpiece. It just helps with organizing my thoughts and what I want for my design. So let's go ahead and cut that and we'll come back. All right, so everybody would have had cut their piece. I'm just going to leave mine like this because I want to be able to hold it up as needed. Now, a couple of things is that you should have your pieces of fabric. I'm going to actually use this circle for a reason. I will say that in the Kinusaiga art, the curves are always the hardest in my opinion, only because, as we know, if you are into sewing or any type of where you have to do manipulation with the fabric, curves are always where you will get that pleating effect. Now, depending on your design, you might actually love that. And that's the beauty of Kinusaiga. There's really no right or wrong. As you can see here, this is an example that I did, but I also did some boo-boos in here because I wanted to show you the boo-boos in between and see if you can kind of spot them out as well. So let's go ahead and get into some of the techniques. So for the purposes of this, so you can go ahead and you can I'm just going to do a line of some sort. That's just a straight line. And this is basically going to let me know where we're going to go ahead and do our pleating or quilting, etc. Now, all right, so the purpose of doing this is that I actually just did this line like right here. And I'm just going to go ahead and do a slight line. And as you can see here, I just want to show you, I am slightly making the line. This helps you practice on your little, and you can't see it here, and that's why I did it on the black. You don't want to dig it in automatically. You only want to create an opening. Okay, and so I just want you to practice and then just take any type of fabric, and I want you to take your seam ripper. And again, this is for you to just have a technique to manipulate the fabric and also give you ideas of what design you might want to do. So as you can see here, what I like to do is I like to guide. I like to leave out, if my line is here, I always like to leave out, as you can see here, a certain amount, probably like half a milliliter right here. And you can eyeball it, as you can see here. I'm literally not using, I'm not leaving a lot over because we don't want to have too much over because we won't be able to tuck it. Okay, this is where I want you to start to just practice before we start doing the step-by-step. I like to actually have the seam ripper, have it sit on there, and then I like to just slide it through, take it down, and slide it through. Now, I'm just showing you the example, but as you can see here, when we're doing the Kinusaiga art, we do not want this sticking out because this is going to fray, right? This is why in some of my examples, I actually did it on purpose because we do not want the fray. The point of this, learning the different manipulation techniques, is I want you to feel comfortable in just using your material and using the seam ripper, okay? Just do that, and you can actually take it back out. You can do another line and take it out and keep practicing. Go ahead and practice for a couple of lines. The entire point of it is that we do want to tuck it in, but I will show you a technique where the actual way so that doesn't work, that doesn't happen, is if I actually slide it and I tuck it. That's a technique that we'll go through in a little bit. Go ahead and practice, and we'll go on to the next.